opportunity to connect people from India. And also, I know that today we may have guests from other countries like United Kingdom, USA, Azerbaijan, Turkey, Turkmenistan, Russia. Thank you all for joining us today. Mr. Sheikh introduced myself, but let me briefly introduce myself. My name is Maralgülerol. Briefly, I'm an international lawyer from Turkey, and I'll be your host today. It's my pleasure to welcome you all in our webinar on understanding artificial intelligence in the light of international law. Now I'm going to share my display.
So it's visible. It's visible. You may proceed, ma'am. Just tell next. I'll share the next slide then.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Sajid Sheikh, again. And I know that you are celebrated a national holiday and a big festival in India. Happy Ganesh Chaturthi to all my friends from India. Your opinions are matter for me. That's why I would like to receive your feedbacks by email, and all your questions will be answered by the email. The purpose of this webinar to underline that artificial intelligence is not something that stands outside of law, but it's software is a system that should be regulated by law due to its impact on our lives. Since we globally use different apps, the relevant regulation, in my opinion, should have the global impact. That is why in this webinar, we are going to understand artificial intelligence in the light of international law. Please, next slide. Here you can see my contact information. Please do not hesitate to contact with me. Thank you. We can go next. So, have you ever thought why if the paradox of the mega popularity of AI application like Alisa and Marusia in Russia and KISS countries and like ChatGPT and Midjourney in Western countries lies in the great desire of people to communicate with and command an intelligent person. Please, next. So let me introduce our topics today. We are going to examine next topics. What is an artificial intelligence? What exactly is AI? Areas of use. In what areas of our lives are artificial intelligence used? How does it already affect our lives? How do we need regulations regarding, why do we need regulation regarding artificial intelligence? We can move on. What kind of legal problems could cause by unregulated use of AI? AI regulatory approach in the world. First ever global treaty on AI. What is the European Union AI Act? What is the to whom does AI Act apply? Scope of AI Act. How the AI Act rules protect fundamental rights. Risk-based approach. How EU AI Act defines level of risks for AI systems. Advices for IT companies, and conclusion. So if you're ready, let's get started. By the way, detailed informative training is expected to be planned soon, and I would like to see all of you in our certified course. What is an artificial intelligence system? Before we start, I would like to explain why is the definition of artificial intelligence important. The answer is quite simple. Ensuring a common understanding of what artificial intelligence is is critical to regulating and auditing these software systems. Artificial intelligence, in a definition that an average person can understand, simply is the ability of a machine to display human-like capabilities such as reasoning, learning, planning, and creativity. But what if we look deeply on its definition in a legal framework, regulated by different bodies around the world? There are different theories around the world explaining AI systems. Today we will examine only 4 of them. European Union AI Act, United States of America National Artificial Intelligence Initiative Act, International Organization for Standardization, and the OECD, the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development. According to European Union AI Act, Article 3, AI system means a machine-based system that is designed to operate with varying levels of autonomy and that may exhibit adaptiveness after deployment, and that for explicit or implicit objectives infers from the input it receives how to generate outputs such as predictions, content, recommendation, or decision that can influence physical or virtual environments. This definition of AI systems, according European Union Act, has been heavily criticized. Some warn that definition lacks clarity and may lead to legal uncertainty, especially for some systems that will not qualify as AI system under the text, while their use may have an adverse impact on fundamental rights. Other commenters questioned whether the proposed definition of AI system is truly technology neutral, as it refers to omitting future AI developments. So if we look at USA, according to National Artificial Intelligence Initiative Act, the term artificial intelligence means a machine-based system that can, for a given set of human-defined objectives, make predictions, recommendation, or decision influencing real or virtual environments. According to International Organization for Standardization, ISO, artificial intelligence is a technical and scientific field devoted to the engineered system that generates outputs such as content, forecasts, recommendations, or decisions for a given set of human-defined objectives. Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development defines an AI system as a machine-based system that can, for a given set of human-defined objectives, make predictions, recommendations, or decisions influencing real or virtual environments. By the way, the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development is an international that works to build better policies for better lives. We can move our slides, please. We explained this. European Union AI Act, also we explained the critics on its definition. In the next slide, we explain United States approach to AI definition, and next slides about ISO, and next slides about OECD. So now we came to areas of use. How does AI already affect our lives? AI technologies are particularly useful for improving prediction, for optimizing operations and resources allocated, and for personalizing services. They are expected to bring a wide array of economic and social benefits to a wide range of sectors, including, we can move on, including environment, health, finance, online shopping, and advertising. Mobility, for example, self-drive vehicles, transportation, home affairs, smart homes, cities, and infrastructures, transport, manufacturing, agriculture, food, farming. We can move. So below are some AI applications that you may not realize are already AI powered. These sectors, the public sector, public administration and services, digital personal assistants, fighting disinformation and cybersecurity. AI largely used, as everyone knows, in writing essays, poems, and engaging in conversations, medical imaging, drugs research, and surgery, fully automated cars, creating music, cooking, programming, improving public safety. AI already in our lives. So why do we need regulation regarding artificial intelligence? As I mentioned in the previous topic, AI is already present in our everyday life. So if we move our slide, we can see although 61% of Europeans look favorable at AI and robots, 88% say this technology requires careful management due to its impact on our life. Artificial intelligence is seen as central to the digital transformation of society, and that is why it has become an European Union priority. Fear of possible jeopardize of fundamental rights such as right to non-discrimination, freedom of expression, human dignity, personal data protection, and privacy lead to need for regulation. But on the other hand, certain countries believe that in military scope, for example, there is already enough regulation around the world. For example, in the context of military operations in armed conflict, the United States believes that international humanitarian law provides a robust and appropriate framework for the regulation of all weapons, including those using autonomous function provided by technologies such as AI systems. So if we move, we can see what kind of legal problems could cause unregulated use of AI system. These problems are explaining in the next slide. The implication of AI systems for fundamental rights, copyrights, privacy, personal data issues, safety risks for users when AI technology embedded in products and services are rising concern. So the next topic is AI regulatory approach in the world. Let's take a look. United States of America, the White House released the Blueprint of AI Bill of Rights, a set of guidelines to protect the rights of the American public in the age of AI, and President Joe Biden signed the executive order AI in 2023. If we move, we can see the other regulatory approach. For example, in China, the Cyberspace Administration of China issued some guidelines on generative AI services. The United Kingdom has announced a pro-innovation approach to AI regulation, which largely regulates AI via existing laws. India is a member of Global Partnership of Artificial Intelligence between India and United States of America. Russia, on April 24, 2020, came into force the federal law on conducting an experiment to establish special regulation in order to create the necessary conditions for the development and implementation of artificial intelligence technologies in the constituted entity of the Russian Federation, the Federal City of Moscow, and amending Article 6 and 10 of Federal Law on Personal Data. Turkey, on June 24, 2024, a short bill containing draft regulation for artificial intelligence technology was presented to the Turkish Grand National Assembly. Currently, this draft regulation is at Commission. If we look in the next slide, regulations at international level, OECD adopted some non-binding principles on AI in 2019. UNESCO embraced a set recommendation on the ethics of AI. The G7 agreed some international guiding principles on artificial intelligence. The European Union Artificial Intelligence Act published on July 12, 2024, it will enter in force. It already entered in force 1st August on 2024. the Council of Europe has adopted the first international treaty on artificial intelligence. First ever global treaty on AI. It is very important. Council of Europe opens first ever global treaty on AI for signature, 5th of September 2024. 10 countries signed this treaty. These countries are Andorra, Georgia, Ireland, Israel, Norway, the Republic of Moldova, San Marino, the United Kingdom, the United States of America. Signed the Council of Europe Framework Convention on Artificial Intelligence and Human Rights, Democracy, and Rule of Law. In the next slide, we see the comment of the Secretary General. She said, we must ensure that the rise of AI upholds our standards rather than undermining them. The Framework Convention is designed to ensure just that it is a strong balanced text, the result of the open and inclusive approach by which it was drafted and which ensured that it benefits from multiple and expert perspectives. The Framework Convention is an open treaty with a potential global reach. I hope that this will be the first of many signatures in that they will be followed quickly by ratifications so that the treaty can enter into force as soon as possible. Maria said these comments. So in the next topics, we will try to understand what is European Union AI Act. AI Act is the first binding worldwide horizontal regulation on AI, sets a common framework for the use and supply of AI systems in the European Union. The purpose of this regulation is to improve the functioning of the internal market and promote the uptake of human-centric, trustworthy artificial intelligence while ensuring a high level of protection of health, safety, fundamental rights, ensuring in the Charter, including democracy, the rule of law, and environmental protection against the harmful effects of AI system in the Union and supporting innovation. It is also important for trade market because European Union's approach should be considered to ensuring a range products comply with the applicable legislation when they are placed on the European Union market through the conformity assessment and use of CA marking. So we say that it's also important for trade. In the next topics, we try to understand scope of AI Act. To whom does AI Act apply? Because maybe you questioned, does it affect our countries? So let me explain. The legal framework will apply to both public and private actors inside and outside the European Union, as long as AI system is placed on the Union market or its use has impact on people located in the European Union. The scope is defined in the Article 2 of the European Union AI Act. When we carefully examine the scope clause, we understand that the scope of application of the AI law is not limited to European Union only. For public and private legal persons outside the European Union, the AI law will still apply if its use of artificial intelligence system affects persons in the European Union. How do the AI Act rules protect fundamental rights? Now I'm giving you the keywords. These keywords are human-centric approach, accountability, transparency, risk-based approach, conformity assessment, and I will try to explain these keywords. There is already a strong protection for fundamental rights and for non-discrimination in place European Union and member state level, but the complexity and opacity of certain AI application, black boxes can pose a problem. A human-centric approach to AI means to ensure AI application comply with fundamental rights legislation by integrating accountability and transparency requirements into the development of high-risk AI system and improving enforcement capabilities. We can ensure that these systems are designed with legal compliance in mind right from the start. Moreover, the AI Act requires the certain deployers of high-risk AI systems. I will try to explain high-risk AI system in the next topic. Providers of a high-risk AI system need to carry out a risk assessment and design the system in a way that risks to health, safety, and fundamental rights are minimized. So when we look at our next topic, risk-based approach, how European Union AI Act defines level of risks for AI system. Here we see 4 levels of risk. The regulatory framework defines 4 levels of risk for AI systems. First of all, let's try to understand the definition of risk in this context. In this context, risk means the combination of the probability of an occurrence of harm and the severity of the harm. So we have 4 levels of risk. These are unacceptable risk, high risk, limited risk, and minimal risk. So what is unacceptable risk? Unacceptable risks are banned in European Union. All AI systems considered a clear threat to safety, livelihoods, and rights of people are banned, from social scoring by governments to toys using voice assistants that encourages dangerous behavior. High-risk AI systems defined as high-risk AI system technology identified as critical infrastructures, educational or vocational training that may determine the access to education and professional course of someone's life, safety components of products, employment, management of workers and access to self-employment, essential private and public services, law enforcement that may interfere with people's fundamental rights, migration, asylum, and border control management, administration of justice, and democratic processes. High-risk AI systems are subject to strict obligation before they can be put on the market. Adequate risk assessment and mitigation system, high quality of the data sets feeding the system to minimize risk and discriminatory outcomes, login of activity to ensure traceability of results, detailed documentation providing all information necessary on the system and its purpose for authorities to assess its compliance, clear and adequate information to the deployer, appropriate human oversight measures to minimize risk. And now we are going to look at limited risk. What does it mean? Limited risk refers to the risks associated with lack of transparency in AI usage. The AI Act introduces specific transparency obligations to ensure that humans are informed when necessary, fostering trust. For instance, when using AI systems such as chatbots, humans should be made aware that they are interacting with machines so they can take informed decisions to continue or step back. Providers also have to ensure that AI-generated content is identifiable besides AI-generated text published with the purpose to inform the public on matters of public interest must be labeled as artificial generated. This also applies to audio and video content. And minimal risk. The AI Act allows the free use of minimal risk AI. This includes applications such as AI-enabled video games or spam filters. The vast majority of AI systems currently used in the European Union fall into this category. So how does it all works in practice? We have some steps. First, a high-risk AI system is developed. Step 2, it needs to undergo the conformity assessment and comply with requirements. Step 3, registration for standalone AI systems in the European Union database. Step 4, a declaration of conformity needs to be signed and AI system should bear the CE marking. And our last topic is advices for IT companies and app developers. First of all, of course, work with an attorney to understand your software's legal needs. Pay attention especially to the non-disclosure agreement and user license agreement, and establish suitable ISO system for your company. For example, it may be AI management system, AI guidance on risk management, framework for AI system using machine learning. I tried to give you example in the slide. You can see the different ISO systems. Please choose the relevant one. So we have come to the end of our topics to this webinar. Thank you for having me today, and I would like to see you in the next webinar again. In the next slide, yes, I want to give you a gift from me. As a gift, I would like to send a user guide developed by me titled How to Use Artificial Intelligence, Tips from a Lawyer, based on my researches from the International Bar Association and both international and domestic regulations. And detailed informative training is planned, is expected to be planned soon. And I would like to see all of you in our certified course. And if it's possible, could you open your cameras for joint photo, maybe? Mr. Sajid,
Yes, yes, yes. I'll request everyone, please switch on your camera if possible. Please do try switch on your camera so that we can take a group photograph. Please, you can also show your appreciation towards our speaker by, clicking the reaction buttons.
Thank you very much. Happy Ganesh Chaturthi to all my friends.
All right. So thank you so much, Advocate Maral, for such an elaborate introduction about the AI, how it is impacting the legal systems, the legal systems which have been developed by various countries like United States of America, Russia. Many countries like India are also endeavoring to create a legislation to control certain facets and aspects of the AI. In India, there is a dedicated platform by the central ministry, which is indiaai.gov.in, which is keeping a track of all the global as well as Indian development in this very field. Also, my question to you would be, ma'am, if you could give your comment on it. Whether in these countries, whether the ethical use of AI, because this has become a challenge about how to control it. Do you think ethical use of AI should be a precondition in all the legislations which are there, which will regulate the use of AI?
Yes, of course. I think that ethical priority should be the priority of the all legislation around the world.
Right. And ma'am, do you recommend a general guideline or rule on AI? Because multiple countries are there who have not as of now, legislated on AI. So, do you suggest a general rule on AI, or you want like the countries should come up with sector-specific rules on AI? Because when we see the AI, the use of AI, it impacts different sectors differently. So, will a sectoral approach be a better, or you think that there should be a straight stand or a strict stand of the country as a whole on AI, and then of course sectors bylaws can be there. What is your suggestion here now?
Yeah, thank you for this beautiful question. I think that globally we have the global treaty on AI protected for our fundamental rights, and it must be a legal framework, and also every country, in my opinion, should have their own legislation, because as you say, the every country's needs are different, but in my opinion our fundamental rights should be protected globally under the one treaty. And this treaty now is the European Union um, treaty on AI about democracy, as I presented in the previous slides.
Right, ma'am. Right, ma'am. So, participants, if you have some questions, you can put it on the chat box.
Yes, I would like to answer to all your questions, and if it's possible, could you send your questions and feedbacks about this webinar to my email that I will
Yes, yes,
communicate.
definitely. Yes, yes. If there are follow-up questions, we'll be sharing email ID of ma'am
Okay.
also, and right now we'll be sharing a feedback form also.
You look kind of hard.
Okay, question is there, what is the impact of employment on AI? So, will it generate more employment? This dilemma is already always there, or it will cut down on jobs.
Yes, some AI systems are already work as a human. So, uh, but I think that some categories like lawyers, judgments, AI can't work in these areas of our life. So I think AI should be our helper, not the.
It should not replace us.
Yes, yes.
Right, right. So definitely many of important people in India, they have said about AI is that, you see, AI has been created by a human being. All right. So definitely there can be no way that it will start replacing us. Let us hope for that. But Elon Musk, he has given a warning to everyone that it can control humanity also if it is not controlled. True or
Yes.
not?
We have to take control. Yes.
One
The
one
control
query. One query
must
is
at people.
yes. One query is by Mr. Bhavani Panigrahi. Can we administer 9 billion people of planet with the help of AI? Can we control? Control. Again, it's about control.
May I answer this question by email?
Of course, of course, of course. No problem.
Okay.
So, dear participants, we'll share the feedback link on the WhatsApp group right now. On behalf of Study a Skill and Advocate Maral, I thank all of you for joining us, and again, reciprocally, on behalf of all the participants, I thank you, Advocate Maral, for sparing your valuable time for such a beautifully designed presentation. In a very easy manner and eloquent manner, you presented the contents of something so which is so technical like AI, and you also apprised us of the legal updates which are happening in this very field, and also a big thank you from all of us for agreeing to share with us a guide on how to use AI intelligence. Your tips which are there, definitely will forward it to all our participants, and we definitely look forward to, as you were suggesting, that you're also developing a certificate course related to AI, and definitely that is the need of the hour. Please do that. We'll be happy to collaborate on that front as well. So thank you everyone for joining, and have a nice day.
Thank you very much. Have a
Thank you.
nice weekend. See you
Namaste from
soon.
India.